Number three, and most importantly, this demonstrates, frankly, the racism in the Democrat Party because they don't have a problem when Kamala Harris is married to a white man or when Ketanji Brown Jackson's married to a white man,
Right.
as long as they subscribe.
Oh my God.
Not really sure like what it is,
Well,
but
you
I
couldn't even
need
be married to a white woman under Jim Crow.
correct, and it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bruh, like
Hold on. Let's go to the beginning. Let's go to the beginning. Let's hear the whole thing because we didn't watch the whole video on the last one.
Put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you. I'm not really sure like what it is,
Well,
but
you
I
couldn't
need
even be married to a white woman under Jim
correct, and it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bruh, like what are you talking about?
Yo, the way they just conflated a conversation, the whole thing, and you know what? I gotta go a step back and let me this is what we're gonna do. Let me address these comments. We're not in a rush. Hold on. I didn't see these comments when y'all were commenting. So Maya wrote, imagine people walking around Germany with Nazi flags. Imagine them. So I'm assuming, Maya, you're saying, and you could yell through I'm assuming that you're saying that you don't think that people should be able to wear Confederate flags. You don't believe that people should be able to wear Confederate flags. Okay. Is that, I just want to be clear before I go forward. They lost. You don't think people should be able to wear?
Individuals can do whatever they want here, there, anywhere, but official like state buildings or schools.
Oh, you're saying like official state buildings and schools? Yeah, that's different. I don't think they're putting Confederate flags on official state buildings.
In the South, they do. They had highways named after Confederate.
Maybe. Apparently, they're pushing Confederacy. That's why I told. They played the one video with Candace Owens. That's why I told you that's a tough one for me. That's a tough one for me, the Confederate.
Ew. Sorry to interrupt the video. We got a new challenge. 20,000 by the end of April. We fell short in March, but we're going to get our goal this month. Thank you all in advance for those that are going to continue to like, subscribe, maybe even leave some comments and let us know how we're doing. And on that note, let me let y'all get back to the video and I'll see y'all soon. Ew.
The Confederate one, that's a tough one for me. I'm gonna be honest. And committed treason by waging war. The Nazi flag comparison is a good one. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think. I guess it's similar. I guess it's similar to what some of us feel when we see that Confederate flag. That's the Confederate flag. That's a tough one for me. That's a tough one. They got Candace Owens with a good video. I'll be honest. Even if we remove the reason for war, you wouldn't see flags of the side who lost waving high or names of generals on the losing side having schools or highways named after them. That's a good question. That's a good question. And the reason why I'm hesitant is because, well, do we consider World War II a civil war? I don't. Yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm just trying to process it as I go through it in my head. I'm just trying to process it. The 69 Project is a good read. What's up, Dak? Hope you're amazing today. What's up, G? How's everything? Big bro Trey in the building. Good morning, big bro. Back to reality. Happy Friday, Mama Lay. Byron is on track to be one of our future presidents, much to Jasmine's dismay. I agree. So let's get back to this. I'm gonna ponder on the Confederate one. I'm gonna continue to ponder on that one. I'm telling you, that's a tough one. When you're driving through the South and you see that flag, that's definitely a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one. All right, let's keep going. With this one.
Like, what are you saying? Like he just out here, I feel like they understand history. or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you. I'm not really sure like what it is,
Well,
but
you
I
couldn't even
need
be married to a white woman under Jim Crow.
correct.
Yo, Charlemagne chooses to act silly sometimes. He chooses to act silly sometimes. And a lot of y'all may be wondering why I'm saying that. Byron Donalds was never talking about, more black people were married to white people when during Jim Crow. He wasn't saying. Matter of fact, hold on. We're gonna look up Byron Donalds' Jim Crow comments. I want y'all to see exactly what he said. So therefore, there's no confusion around it. I want y'all to see exactly what he said. And y'all tell me if you think that maybe I'm off. I'm being totally honest. Maybe I'm off. I got to acknowledge that. Y'all look at this and y'all tell me if you think that Byron Donalds is trying to celebrate Jim Crow when he's making these comments.
The black family was during Jim Crow. The black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then HEW, Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are.
He said the black family was together. He said the black family was together and we were more conservative minded. Is that really hard to believe? Think about our mindsets now compared to our grandfathers, our grandmothers. They were far more conservative than us. We just saw Felicia Rashad jump on this show. We just covered Felicia Rashad on the last show, calling out women these days and the lack of clothing that they wear. They were more conservative. Our moms were more conservative. Our dads were more, well, now it's getting to the point where a lot of kids growing up with more liberal parents, and the kids are now pushing back and being more conservative. That's a little bit different. That's younger. But overall, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents were far more conservative. So the only two things that he said is that when you look back at during the Jim Crow, the black family was together. And that we were more conservative minded until the social programs of Lyndon B. Johnson and some other things that he mentioned. So that then leads to Charlemagne, who he's too smart to be having these to have these silly remarks and to be trying to mislead people. And he knows he has a big voice. So then they go on here and let's play again what she says.
Talking about life was better. And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow.
Did Byron Donalds ever say life was better under Jim Crow? Did Byron Donalds once ever say...
Is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you? I'm not really sure. What
you think because you married a white woman that whitewashed you? Yo. It's dangerous times out here. I'm gonna be totally honest. The reason why I say it's dangerous times is because this lady that we're seeing on the screen is one of the most influential, I'm going to say, black women in the Democratic Party. And I was going to say, maybe does that make you one of the most influential black women in America? And selfishly, I say black women because selfishly, I think that this is going to have a huge negative impact on a lot of young black women and older black women who are caught up in this mindset that they've been caught up in to continue to get misled. But with a lot of other young black women, I think it's dangerous following somebody like her. I think it's very dangerous following somebody like her. She's over here critiquing this black man And let's just be honest, what you're really mad about. You're mad because you're not married. And he's married, talking about family, something that you're trying to discredit him to be able to have a conversation about because he's married to a white woman, but you're not married or engaged. Never been engaged. Matter of fact, you jumped on TV maybe 2 weeks ago bragging about it. Like, I've never been engaged, not married. To hide the insecurity that we know that really feels. But to be bragging, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
What it is,
well,
but
I
need
even be married to a white woman under Jim
correct.
Crow.
Charlemagne responds and says, you couldn't even be married to a white woman under Jim Crow. What does that have to do with any part of the conversation? Do y'all see how people racialize everything and try to just manipulate and move the conversation one way or another? What does that have to do with what he's talking about? These people are too smart to make these silly mistakes.
Correct. And it took Joy to call him out.
Correct,
so
correct.
Like, bro,
like she's a booger, bro. Like, this is who our young kids, this is who our women overall. I can't even say young women. Because I guarantee you there's a lot of women in my mom's generation that are looking at Jasmine Crockett and proud of somebody like her. And I'm not saying my mom is. I guarantee you there's a lot of women in my mom's generation that are looking at it because they just hate Donald Trump so much. So therefore they like a Jasmine Crockett. This is the reason why, like, this is why they lost. And they continue to just lean into it. No, nobody takes you seriously. Or maybe people do. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, he just out here, you know, I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, massa, I got it.
I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, massa, I got it. The nerve of anybody representing the Democratic Party to be talking about calling somebody else out about getting talking points and him saying, yes, massa. Do y'all see how they try to do this? If you are black and you are conservative and you vote Republican, they try to make you out. They paint you out just the same way Dr. Umar tried to paint you out, to be a coon. They make you out to be a coon. They don't highlight the fact that he's a family man, that he's married, that he's successful. They don't highlight those things because then they would have to point the finger at themselves and she would have to say, well, I'm not a mother, or I don't know if she's a mother. I'm not a wife. I don't have a family. The only thing that they can come at him about is, oh, well, yeah, he's married to a white woman. So if Byron Donalds had a black woman, let's just keep going. Let's just move on. Let's actually hear Byron Donalds' response. So let's hear Byron Donalds' response. That's what we started off with. So let's hear that out.
It's a clapback you've got to see. You probably heard what Jasmine Crockett said about Byron Donalds on that guy Lenny's radio show. She sat there and called out his wife because of her race.
On that guy
and then
Lenny.
went on this rant. Now, I interviewed Byron Donalds a little while ago. You've got to see his reaction. Do not stop watching this. It's going to blow your mind.
And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history, or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you?
You married a white woman, so you think that whitewashes you. Well, I had Byron Donalds on. He's running for governor of the great state of Florida, and it was just a great conversation. But he went there. You got to see this.
First and foremost, don't talk about my wife. Keep my wife out of this. Ain't got nothing to do with her. You could talk to me about policy anytime you want to. Secondarily, there was a couple of times on the campaign trail last year where I know I was booked to be on stage or to be in debate with Jasmine, and all of a sudden her schedule changed. She had a conflict, whatever the case might be. So if she wants to do this, if she wants to have that debate, I'm easy to find. You know, you ain't got to look hard for me. You know, I'm 6'2". You can find me. It's pretty easy. Number three, and most importantly, this demonstrates, frankly, the racism in the Democrat Party, because they don't have a problem when Kamala Harris is married to a white man or when Ketanji Brown Jackson's married to a white man, as long as they subscribe.
Let me actually say this. When he says they don't have a problem, let's just be real. Can we just be direct? This has nothing to do with black men. This is black women. This is a black woman problem thing. I don't think black men are out here running around as much, or if they are, I don't know. Somebody give me some pushback. Talking about Byron Donalds is married to a white woman. I got a problem with that. I don't know many black men caring about that. I was getting ready to make an Andrew Schultz type of joke, but let me refrain. Maybe black men just understand that it's The point is, I see more black women being upset about this. But then those same black women that will get upset with a Byron Donalds marrying a white woman will celebrate Kamala Harris going out there and finding a white man that's going to treat her great. I've had these conversations in person with people. So here, when it comes to that black man being happy, living his best life with his white woman, enjoying life. Oh, low blood pressure. Stop. All right, all joking aside, we look at that in one way, totally different than when we look at a Kamala and a Doug Emhoff. So I'm just asking, keep the energy consistent. All we were pushing with the Divine Nine and the sorors and all that other stuff was trying to make Kamala Harris seem as black as possible. That's all they were trying to do. But did she turn her back on the people because she decided to marry Doug Emhoff? Even though that what's the guy, the mayor of San Francisco, the one that Kamala Harris was rumored to be having the affair with, even though he was, let's keep going.
To the politics of the Democratic left. As long as you do that, everything is fine. But if you're a conservative, but your spouse happens to be white or of another race, then all of a sudden it's a problem. This is the racism that occurs in the Democrat Party. I'm sick of it, tired of the BS. I tell any one of them who have a concern about me and what they think my views are, debate me. And if you don't want to debate me, Google me. There's plenty of information out there because I know that I have the facts. I have the information. I can back my stuff up. All they can do is throw out innuendos, throw out talking points. And the last thing I'll say about Ms. Crockett, and I'm going to leave it alone. Jasmine, I don't use talking points. Nobody tells me what to say. And so I know how to deliver a message because I have facts, I have logic, I use economics, I don't get into hyperbole. So if you are concerned about some of the things that I say find a show. It could be whatever show you want to. We'll sit there and do it. We'll have a good time along the way, and you'll go ahead and be defeated very quickly.
Make sure you're following this.
Ended a little weak, but it was still strong. It seemed like he had his punchline at the end and he was trying to get it. Whatever. Byron always up for a debate. Byron's always up for a debate, but it would never happen. It wouldn't be on substance. It would be literally name calling and goofiness coming from that side. Because what are you going to say to him? What are you going to say to him? You're going to debate on policies. You're going to debate on this. The country is already leaning in favor of conservative policies right now because y'all got so damn radical. So I don't even know what it would be about. All right, let's
It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.